And let's go. Whoa. So check it out. This is kind of how it went this morning, right? Woke up 3 o'clock a.m., right? I'm a 3 a.m.er nowadays. That's right. Very proud 3 a.m.er. No, not proud. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, how early do you have to get up? But I'm a 3 a.m.er, right? Got up at 3 a.m., grabbed my glass of water, threw my headphones on, went downstairs, grabbed my hashtag Rise and Grind planner. And one of the things I love about my Rise and Grind planner, which I ultimately use to write down my gratitude, write down my goals. I also keep track of my finances as well as my calendar for the day. And I like checking off the boxes, right? No snooze button, no phone first thing in the morning, gratitude and goals, physical activity, and sending out an encouraging message, right? So I walk downstairs, I grab my planner. That's crazy, Wendy. I grab my planner. And at the top of every page of the hashtag Rise and Grind planner, right? For those of you that are on Facebook, you can see this. But at the top of every single page, there's always a quote that is submitted by an actual Rise and Grind member. And I love this. It's an opportunity for me to connect with the people that are, joining me on this ride, on this journey. And they always have great, insightful things that really trigger me in a positive way every single morning. And so I read the quote today, and I'm just going to share it with you. And the quote says this. And maybe this one sentence is for you. Maybe. You know, these quotes were actually submitted to the planner like a year ago. And what's crazy is they always just seem to fit, right? And sometimes all it takes is a sentence to shift our energy or our perspective. And so maybe this quote that I read from Deb Birch is for you. I'm going to read it for you right now. Here's what it said. Don't live the rest of your life by your sadness today. Don't live the rest of your life by your sadness today. And you know, as soon as I read that, I immediately was like, I'm not sad. I'm not sad, but then I started to really think about it. And there are some things that are going on in the world around me that make me a little sad, right? There are some things that are going on with friends of mine that are really, really close that make me sad. And there are some things that are going on in people's lives with their families, loss of loved ones, things like that, right? There are some things that are sad for sure. And obviously, I love gratitude, and I'm an I Choose Joy fan, my friend Danelle Delgado. And so I'm able to bury those things, right? I'm able to bury those things. But as I read this quote, I thought, that's quite interesting, right? We don't want to spend our entire life just burying everything. We want to be able to experience. We want to be able to feel. And then I thought about those words, don't live the rest of your life by your sadness today. And immediately I went to this thought of, I kind of shifted it in my mind, and I shifted it to, don't make decisions today based on the experiences that are going on around us. Don't make choices today that could ultimately affect your long term to be a remedy in the short term. You know, I know that a lot of people during this season, we've had increased mental health issues. We've had increased drug and alcohol use. We've had, a lot of increases in things that don't serve us in the long term, trying to find a quick answer or a quick result. Maybe it's in your business, trying to find something that's going to satisfy the needs and the demands today, but ultimately could affect your business long term. I see this in a little bit in the automotive industry. I see some people in the automotive industry that are taking advantage of the current situation that we're in, and they're taking advantage of people today, not realizing it's going to impact and affect them in the long term. And so I started to think, and I did an audit, and I said, okay, are the decisions that I'm making today ultimately the ones that are going to serve me a decade from now, 2 decades from now, 5 decades from now? And am I allowing myself to experience this season and all that comes with it, not so that I can make choices today that are going to affect the rest of my life negatively, but ultimately so that I can learn and grow from all of the things that are going on around us. That was just my thoughts. I thought I'd share them with you. I'd love to hear your perspective. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. Send me a message. Don't live the rest of your life by your sadness today. With that said, let's dive in today's episode of #Rise and Grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to #Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to 1, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Thursday. That's right. Today is Thursday, September 9th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Thursday, September 9th, 2021. And so I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Hey, what a week it's been here on #Rise and Grind. For real. Linda, it's been amazing. Karen, great to see you as well. What a week it's been here on #Rise and Grind. I started off the week banned. We were banned over here on Facebook. We were not allowed to go live. We were told we were going to be banned on Facebook for a month. That's how it started. And then my man Scott Risley came in as a superhero and saved the day and got the ban lifted, right? Got the ban lifted. So we started the week off banned. And we also started off here on #Rise and Grind by launching this series called Grow Your Business for God's Sake. So we've been talking about what that looks like all week long, right? We've been talking about your responsibility and ability. Oh, my phone's doing some weird stuff here. We've talked about all of those things, responsibility to grow your wealth. We've been talking a lot about money. That's right. You heard it here first, folks. We were talking about money and God in the same conversation all week long. Can you believe it? I know that that's taboo and that's a no-no, but that's what we've been doing. I think it's been really impactful. I don't know about you. Feel free to let me know what you think about it. So we started this series, which we're going to wrap that series up today here on #Rise and Grind. Now, also this week, we have, you bet, Triple J. Also this week, we have been marching with nearly 1,000 people in the 67-day challenge, right? The 67-day challenge, which is simply doing 5 simple steps every single morning that help you tap into mind, body, and spirit, right? Not hitting the snooze button. Don't touch your phone. Write down your gratitude and goals. Take care of the physical and send out an encouraging message. So nearly 1,000 of us have been doing that together. Today is day 11 for some of us. It started early. Today might be day 1 for others that fell off today, hit the snooze button today, grabbed their phone first thing this morning. Kelly in Australia was talking about her struggles with that and how she was able to push through, right? We're all in different places, but we're in different places together, and that's what's amazing. That, to me, is what's amazing. So we've been running through the 67-day challenge this week, right? Which has been really, really, really cool, marching through that. And yesterday, I literally yelled at everyone on the show. I yelled at a bunch of people. If you were here yesterday, you know what I'm talking about. If you weren't, you can go back and catch it. So yesterday during the show, I yelled at everybody, and I got so many messages, which, by the way, I love it when you send me those messages. I got so many messages from people thanking me for giving them a little push, right? People were like, dude, thank you for hitting me where it hurts. Isn't that crazy? I think we all want people to shoot us straight. We all want that feeling of like, oh, that's kind of a little bit of a low blow, but I can learn from that, right? I think we all want that, but we're also hesitant to give that to other people. It's really interesting. And so I got tons of messages, which I thought was pretty stinking cool. And then not to mention this week, our Breakfast with Champions content on Clubhouse has been just absolute fire, right? We've been running till 8 o'clock at night. All the different segments have been ridiculously powerful and impactful. Our podcast, the Breakfast with Champions podcast, is really starting to pick up some steam. Sarah McCord has really leaned in and helped shift and alter and change the direction that we're going with Breakfast with Champions. It's really been incredibly impactful. And on the side, not to mention some of the things that you might not see or know, but this week, our 800% Elite Auto Club. So I work with owners and general managers of car dealerships all across the country. And our Elite Auto Club is gaining some incredible traction. Incredible traction. We're really starting to pick up. We're starting to get make a little bit more noise in the auto industry. More dealers are starting to reach out. We've created a new platform, a new digital dashboard, which is amazing, which houses all of the trainings, and then we're also able to add in additional assets and value pieces. It's really incredible. And going forward, we have some amazing experiences that are planned out for that. And to top it all off, our dealers are killing it. Right? The dealers in the program are killing it. Right? So that's been going on this week, doing multiple trainings, lots of conversations with them. And all the while, in the midst of all of that, we've been counting down to the 1,000th episode of #Rise and Grind. Now, there's only 41 episodes left to that 1,000th episode. This is episode 959, which is crazy to me to think that we have been here 959 times with this crazy show called #Rise and Grind. And some of you have been here since the very first one, which is amazing, right? But almost 4 years we've been showing up first thing in the morning, 5:30 a.m. It's crazy, right? So we've been marching down, counting that down this week. And so on top of that, the group has grown. The Rise and Grind group has grown. Our Clubhouse group has grown massively, right? Which is crazy. Our Facebook page has grown. We're seeing massive results over there. Our Instagram page is insane. The growth that we're seeing on Instagram right now. We've grown over on Twitter. We have grown over on LinkedIn, which we're getting ready to really launch a massive campaign on top of that. And today, so this is all this week, right? I'm just talking about this week. And then today, to top it all off, I'm going to Disney World. For real, not Super Bowl. I just won the Super Bowl going to Disney World. I'm going to Disney World today. I am taking my daughter Meredith on her own little dream trip to Disney World. We're going to get in. We're going to have fun. We're going to watch some fireworks. We're going to eat breakfast with Mickey Mouse and the characters tomorrow morning. We're going to create some lifelong memories, just her and I, one-on-one, mano a mano. And I was thinking about it last night. I have never, ever done anything one-on-one with my daughter Meredith. Nothing. She'll be 6 years old this month. Never done anything one-on-one with her, ever. It's always been some other kid has been there. I've done some one-on-one stuff with Savannah. I took her to New York. I've done some one-on-one stuff with Joel. I've taken him to football games. I've done some one-on-one stuff with Willow because she absolutely insists. But I've never done anything one-on-one with Meredith, man. And so I'm super excited. We're going to Disney World today to create some memories. And then next week, I am going to take my son Joel to Universal Studios. The following week, I'm going to take Savannah to SeaWorld. And the following week, I'm going to take Willow to Legoland. And then I'm going to take my son Fisher somewhere. And I'm going to take Oakland somewhere. I'm going to do a bunch of one-on-ones with my kids before we hit the holiday season. And we launch the Grow Your Business for God's Sake event. And we launch the planners that are getting ready to come out. And we launch the new platforms for the automotive world that we're working on. Like, all of these launches are coming, right? And so I'm going to do these things. And to top it all off, and you might be getting a little exhausted just listening to me, but to top it all off, I've been running like 2 to 3 miles a day. I got pushed by a friend of mine to increase my time on that. So I've been trying to kill myself basically, but I've been running 2 to 3 miles a day. I've changed my diet. I'm eating differently, and I've lost 20 pounds here in the last like 5-6 weeks, which is incredible. And to top that all off, just to slightly mention, we're also working on a huge launch that is going to impact every single person in this room. It is going to be epic. So that's what this week has been like for me. Now, what about you? Enough about me. What about you? How's it going for you? Like, are you staying productive? Have you been staying productive? Are you growing? Are you growing? Like, are you pushing yourself out of your comfort zone? Are you growing for God's sake? Because my daily prayer is that you are. I pray for each of you daily, just so you know. Well, I can't say each of you individually. That would not be accurately. But I do pray and say, hey, God, I hope that you are for each and every one of, right? My daily prayer is that you're growing, because there is so much to be said about you multiplying your gifts, your talents, and your impact in this lifetime. You see, I don't know if you know this or not, but I believe that you are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. I'm not talking religion. Please understand me. I am not a very religious person. I'm a spiritual person. Now, I have found my way to spiritual enlightenment through Jesus and studying the works of Jesus and Christianity. That's what's worked for me. But I am not a religious person. And I believe that you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And as a child of God, I need you to be at your best. I need you to be at your best. And part of you being at your best is we need you to get your money right. That's why we've been talking about money all week long. Like, part of you being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be is I need you to earn more money. I need you to be a steward, a better steward of your money. And I need you to allow God to ultimately use your gifts and your talents, and to ultimately use money to increase your trust in him and his trust in you. Basically, long story short, is you need to grow for God's sake. You need to grow right now from wherever you are, whatever position you are in. We need some growth. So we're going to wrap this series up. I'm going to cover a couple things with you. We don't have a ton of time. I don't want to go too far over. So I'm just going to segue right into the series. You guys will get mad at me, though. If we don't dance a little bit, you guys will get mad at me. All right, you got 30 seconds. Are you ready? You got 30 seconds to do some dancing. I'm going to play the music over here because I know y'all need it. For some of y'all, that's when you decide to get out of bed. Some of y'all don't even get out of bed till you hear the music. There it is. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button if you haven't done so already. If you're on Instagram or you're on Facebook, please share it out. I would greatly appreciate it. It's also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you and I want you to say good morning to me, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay. Maybe you're listening to the podcast or on YouTube. Say what's up, and I'll say what's up to you. All right? How you doing, 71 Pink Diamonds? Great to see you. How you doing, Alloy Artist? Great to see you as well. What's up, Brad Smith and Leisha Watts? We've got Lady Bird in the house, Rodney Rock Hatfield and Trisha White. How you doing, Tina Bacon and Amy Kennedy? It's great to see you. Dr. Janie, great to see you this morning. How you doing, Vernita and Dr. Sean Shapiro? I see Liza Myers-Borges and Dr. Rowe. What's up, TM? Renee Noor. You know, Renee, I woke up thinking about you this morning. I was like, I hope I see Renee today. I really did. What's up, Doug? Great to see you, Doug, and thank you for the stars, sir. American Patman and Terry Collins, great to see you. What's up, Shauna Phillips? I also see Francois Diristel. Great to see you this morning. What's up, Triple J? My coach, Mimi, is up in here. Janice is in here this morning. We've got the Shasta Stewart. Fab Realtor is here. The BFF group. Ann Phillip, great to see you. What's up, Christine? Tim Hunt, great to see you. And Sierra Black, all kinds of folks. Marilyn Wilkin. I see Paula Collins. I see John Gayheimer. My boy Sebastian and Megan DiMartino. Wendy and Treva and David Hill and Dora Maria and Kimberly. I see Jean and Manuela. I see Lily and Nevaeh. I see Pitter is still with us this morning. She's hanging in there strong. Pitter's a beast. I see Patricia and Solana and Maureen and Abu. I see Annette and Christina and Liddy and Scott and Core and Monica, Miss Toy and Tina and Dakota and Shirley and Jeff and Marvin and Sharon and Barbara and Natalie. Holy smokes, there's a bunch of you. Well, I'm way over 30 seconds here, Michelle. I'm way over 30 seconds here, Robert, Linda, Patricia, Mel, my man Big in the house, and El Michelle, Mariana, Wendy, Mike. I see Barbara's up in here. Golly. Wendy, Reeves, Lisa Watts. Okay, you guys are packed. All right, it's packed. Bottom line is it's packed. And I love it. Now, I've got 7 minutes to share this last stuff with you. So let's dive in.
Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. See me winning cause I got faith in God's grace.
All right, listen, I cannot finish this series. I cannot finish this week and this series without clarifying for you what God won't do, okay? So in the series, Grow Your Business for God's Sake, we've been talking all week about how God will, God will use money to help build trust in you and trust in Him. How God wants you to go out and multiply your talents and the gifts and the blessings that have been bestowed on you. We've talked about how God will use money to bestow blessings on other people to help elevate and rise others, right? How He balances all that out. We've been talking about all the things that God will do when it comes to the world of money. And I want to make sure that we were clear on a couple things that God won't do, because sometimes it can get a little confusing. If we know some of the wills, but we don't know some of the won'ts, right? Then there's too much room to be contextualized and too much room for misunderstanding. And I'm a big fan of over communicate, right? Over communicate and make sure that we have clarity in these things, especially when it comes to things like God and money. All right. So I'm not going to wrap up this week without clarifying for you what God won't do in this realm that we're speaking of all week. Okay. And so here's the first thing. Write this down. Lean in, pay attention. God will never use money to worry you. God will never use money to worry you. Like he won't pull money away from you or keep you from attracting money in order to put you in a state of worry or anxiety. He's not going to punish you in that sense, right? Like if you are worried right now, and I'm talking to you specifically, yes, you. I know there's a bunch of people in the room, but I'm talking to you. If you are worried, frustrated, or upset about money right now in this space, in this time, then what I need you to know is that God is not in control of your life. If you are worried, concerned, or frustrated in the world of money, that is from an internal place, not an external place. Does that make sense? You see, wealth without worry is actually the plan for God in our lives. I'm going to say that one more time. Wealth without worry is what God wants for you. Now, if this is hard for you to grasp and understand, I want you to think about your kids. If you have kids, what do you want for them? Do you want them to build and grow wealth and not have worries, fears, and anxieties? Do you want them to have that? You totally want them to have that, right? That is my guess. And you would never intentionally put them in a space of worry or frustration or upset, right? You wouldn't do that. So if they're in that space, it's something that's self-created. You did not do that for them. What you want for your kids is them to have wealth without worry. And that's God's plan in your life. He wants you to have wealth without worry. If you listen, there's this verse Matthew 6:25. It says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. It is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes." And this verse continues to go on, and it talks about how God takes care of the birds and the birds in the air, right? They don't have to plant. They don't have to do all the work. They don't have to do all of those things. He provides when you step in faith and understanding and full truth and belief that there is something bigger than you, higher than you, that loves you, that will care for and provide for you. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to be anxious about money. You don't have to be frustrated about money. Now, we can focus on it. We can grow it. We can desire more of it. We can make a bigger impact, but it does not need to be a fear, a worry, or an anxiety. He will provide. The second thing that you need to know about God when it comes to this world of money, God will never use money to corrupt you. Okay? Now, though many people have been corrupted by money, let's not get it twisted here. Many people have been corrupted by money, but God will not use money to corrupt you. He will never do that. All right. He can. God. Let me word it this way. If you're living a financial life that is characterized by greed, ego, or deceit, then God is not in control in your life. That's you. Like, to be kind is to be clear. If you are in a place of greed, ego, or deceit when it comes to your financial situation, that is an earthly thing. That is a human thing. That is not a godly thing. God will never, ever, ever inspire you to be greedy, egotistical, or deceitful as you attract money into your world and into your life. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not going to allow you to justify and say, well, Glenn talked all week about how I need more money, so now I'm going to lie, cheat, and steal to get my way there. That must be a godly way. No. That's not how it works whatsoever. God will never use money to corrupt you, only to elevate your impact and experience here on earth. All right? And number 3, I'm going through these kind of fast, but it's important to me that you know the other sides of I don't want people misquoting or taking things the wrong way, because it's not about greed, ego, or deceit. That's not what we're talking about when I say you need to earn more, you need to get more, you need to build more, you need to grow your business for God's sake. I'm not saying at all cost. I am saying be a great steward. Okay, number 3. God will not use money to build our egos. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. God will not use money to build your ego. He will not. Your money and your status have zero to do with your value in God's eyes. If you remember in the parable of the talents that we talked about on Monday, there was one gentleman that was given 5 talents, turned it to 10. There was another that was given 2 talents, turned it to 4. There was another that was given 1 talent, didn't do nothing with it. The only one who perished, the only one who got in any kind of trouble, is the one who took his talents and gifts and didn't multiply them. That's it. The landowner didn't say, well, you had 2 and you only got 2, so you're worth less than the one who had 5 and got 5. He didn't say that. The value's equal. If you're at 20 grand a year, your value's equal with the one who's making 20 million a year, right? The value of you as a human, as a child of God, is the same. Money does not elevate your status in God's eyes. You cannot earn your way into his graces. That is not how it works. That is an earthly thing. If you need money, objects, things, big houses, nice cars, however, if you need any of those things to feel valued, that is from internal. That is you. That is not God. That is not God. Now listen, God will use money or a lack of money to provide direction in our lives. He will definitely do that. When I was homeless and broke, I had lessons to learn. Now we have a little bit more and we're grateful, and I've learned lots of lessons, right? He'll use money or a lack of money to provide direction in your life. He will do that. And he will also use your money, and he will use money to satisfy the needs of others. Money will be used to satisfy the needs, to bring fresh water to the areas that need to bring fresh water, to provide for those that can't provide for themselves, right? Like, God will use your money. He'll use money to satisfy the needs of others. God will use basically God will use money the same way you should. God will use money the same way you should to be able to live a worry-free, faithful, and impactful life, and one that ultimately glorifies him. That's it. That's the end of the week. That's the end of the series. God will use money the same way you should in order to live a worry-free, faithful, and impactful life that ultimately glorifies him. Listen, I need you to grow. For God's sake, it is your moral duty and obligation. And you, if you need it, maybe no one's ever given you this before, so I'll give it to you today. You have permission to do more, to get more, and to be more. You 100% have permission to get more, to do more, and to be more. And with that, my friends, I want you to know I absolutely stinking love you. Listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. We got tons of them up there. You can go check that out. If you want to hang out and talk about this a little bit more, you can join me over on Clubhouse in the Breakfast with Champions room. You're welcome to do that. I would love to talk about it a little bit more over there. But most importantly, go out there, have an incredible day today. Like one of those amazing, memorable, highly impactful days. Go out there and do that, and then come back here again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. because we're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Let's go!
And I'm going all in. Whether I got 5 talents or 1, I'm gonna make it multiply until you tell me well done, well done. I don't do no stressing. No, you see me flexing. Yeah, praise is my weapon. I'm just reaching for my blessings. Stretching, reaching for my blessings. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. Reaching for my blessings. See me winning cause I got faith in God's grace. Reaching for my blessings. I've been putting in overtime. I've been working all day. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. The mission is to be the best version of myself. Make the world better when I've left and build generational wealth. Teaching your lessons, leave an impression, increase my investments, keep reaching for your blessings. We rise, evolve, impact together, out here building bridges, stretch it to the max, ain't about my father's business. Certain I've been working daily on my grind, putting in overdrive, cause it's time to grow for God. I don't do no stressing, no you see me flexing, yeah praise is my weapon. I'm just reaching for my blessings. Stretching, reaching for my blessings. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. Grow your business for God's sake. See me winning cause I got faith in God's grace. See me winning cause I got God's faith. I've been putting in overtime. I've been working all day. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. Stressing because I know no weapon is ever gonna prosper or keep me from my blessings. You giving me a message and answered all my questions. Living life abundant, so I don't do recessions. Faith without works is dead, and I've been doubling up. I got a lot to give, the numbers I'm running them up. It's your good and faithful servant with a 5 talents or 1, and I'm gonna multiply until you tell me well done, well done. I don't do